friends, welcome to this new video on Spark. In this video, we are going to start a new tutorial series on Spark programming. So if you don't know about Spark, Spark is a cluster processing unit for big data, which is used for real-time processing of data in huge quantity. And it is actually built on top of Hadoop. So in this video particularly, I will show you how you can download Spark on your local system and make it work on a standalone mode. There are many languages supported to interact with Spark like Java, Python, Scala as well as R. So in this video we will be seeing how you can run both Spark with Scala as well as Spark with Python, because I prefer to work only with both of them. So to make Spark work on your computer, first you need to have Java on your computer. So let's check whether I have Java or not. So I go in the CMD and check for Java version. So you can see here I have Java version 11.0.8. So for Spark to work on your computer, you will need Java version 8. So if you don't have Java on your system, I have already shown how to download Java and install in your Windows machine in a separate video. So I will leave the link to that video in the description below, as well as I will leave the suggestion here. So once Java is installed on your PC, if you want to work on Spark using Python, which will help you to interact with Spark, so you will also need to install Python. So I have also shown how to install Python in a separate video, and I will leave the link to that video too in the description below, as well as you will find it in the suggestions here. So both Java and Python are not a part of this video. In this video we will only see how to install Spark. Now let's check whether Python is also installed in our system. So I will check for the version of Python. Next step is to download Spark. So let's open any browser. So I will open my Chrome browser and search for Spark. So it will take you to the Spark website, and here you can see the download option for Spark. For the sake of this video, we will be downloading the latest version of Spark, that is Spark 3.0.0, which is pre-built for Hadoop Apache 2.7. So click on this download Spark option. So it will take you to its mirror site. So then you just need to click on this option. So it will start downloading, but since I have already downloaded it, I don't need to download it again. You can do up till this step. So besides downloading Spark, we also need the WinUtils executable file for Spark to run on our system. So I will leave a link to this GitHub URL in the description below. You can go on this GitHub link and you can choose the version that we want for the Hadoop. So here we are working on Hadoop 2.7. So I will click on this Hadoop 2.7.7 bin. So here you will find this executable file, that is WinUtils for Hadoop. So click on this executable file. Once you have clicked on this executable file, you can click on this download option. So the download for the WinUtils will get started. You can see the WinUtil has been downloaded. So this was about the downloading part. Now the simple part is that we need to just set the environment variable for the Spark and create some directories, and Spark will be up and running. So let's see it. We need some directories to create for our Spark. So go in your C drive, then create two folders. One is Spark and one is Hadoop. So first we go inside this Spark. We paste the Spark file that we have downloaded from its site here, and then we simply extract it here. So once the file is extracted, you will get a new folder such. So if you open the folder, you can see such kind of things inside the Spark folder. So this is done. So after that, you need to create one more directory on your C part that is named as Hadoop. Inside this you create one more folder that is called as bin, and inside this bin you just paste the WinUtils that you have just downloaded from the GitHub link that I have given. Now just you need to set the environment variables. So in the start option, let's search for environments. So this will open you this prompt. Go to environment variables. So here, to create new environment variables for your system, you can click on this new option. So in this new option, you need to fill the name of the variable name, and you need to fill the value of the variable. So you need to create first of all two variables here. Like I have already created both of them. You can see the first variable that I have created is the Spark Home. So just write the name as Spark Home as I have shown in, and just write the value of the variable C drive Spark folder that we created, and inside that we have the Spark software extracted. So just click on OK. And in the same way I have created this Hadoop Home. So if you don't have this Hadoop Home, you have to click on this new option and write the values here, but since I have already done it, I don't need to do it again. So just see Hadoop Home in the name of the environment variable, and the value is C drive Hadoop, and click on OK. Just you need to check for the Java Home also is installed. So I have the Java Home here. If you just see, so you can see the value that the Java JDK Java Development Kit has been installed in the C program files Java JDK folder. So this part is shown in the separate video. The link to that video is in the description. So this is done. So now just you need to edit the path, and you need to add both the Spark and the Hadoop Home that we have created. So click on this path option, then click on edit. You should not delete any of the existing variables here. Just you need to add the Spark Home and Hadoop Home. So you just need to click on new, and then you just need to write this two lines, that is Spark Home in %/bin, and you need to write the Hadoop Home %bin, and just click on OK and OK. OK. So this is done. Environment variables have now been setted. So we'll open the command prompt to check whether Spark has been successfully installed or not. Just type Spark shell and click on enter. So it will take some time, don't worry. You can see here that we are getting a logo of the Spark and with the version 3.0.0. That means Spark has been successfully installed. So you can start typing your Spark commands in this Scala shell. So we will be seeing this in the upcoming videos. Besides that, let's check for the Python part 2, that is the PySpark. So first you need to come out of this Scala shell. So click on Control D. So once you are out of this Scala shell, type PySpark. So you get no errors here. That means that PySpark has also been successfully installed in the Spark standalone environment. So now you can start typing the PySpark command to interact with Spark. Let's check whether our Spark is running properly or not. So we will be creating a RDD in our PySpark environment. So RDD is actually resilient distributed data sets, which are a part of your big data, which are stored in your RAM memory, and we can actively interact with it in Spark. So we will see about these things in the future videos, but for the sake of this video, to check whether Spark is installed or not, we will be running a few commands. .text file to read a text file which has the data that you want to convert to an RDD. So this is a function of the RDD, and you can check for all the functions of the RDD on the Spark documentation page. You will get everything about it, but for the sake of this video, we'll just convert a text file into an RDD. So let's paste the path of the text file that I have on this system. So now this text file has been converted into an RDD. So let's check for the type of this RDD. So you can simply write the Python commands, because we are in the Python environment, that is PySpark environment. So I will print the type of this RDD1, press enter. So you can see that it belongs to the class PySpark and it is an RDD. And if you want to see the print of this RDD, so I will write RDD1 dot take. This is also a function of the RDD class, which you can get on the documentation to see the context of your RDDs. You can see here, this is the content of our RDD that was stored in the memory, and it is running properly. So that means that our Spark installation in Scala and Python, that is PySpark, has been successful. Now besides that, you can check for all the Spark context and the variables and the details of your Spark running in your local machine. So for that you just need to copy this localhost environment part that I have shown and paste it in your favorite browser. Click on enter. So you can see here Spark jobs description in your local machine, and you can get everything that is happening in your Spark environment. So here you get the jobs, you get the stages, you get the storage, then you get the environment, which Java version you have, where it is stored, which Scala version is installed on your system for this Spark, then the name of the PySpark environment, then the Hadoop properties, the class path, and each and every detail that you wish to see about your Spark environment, you will get on this executions that are running on your Spark environment, the active execution, dead execution, and the total ones. And you can also check for the pipelines that are inside your Spark environment using this single localhost command. And you can also check for the Spark SQL query running. So I hope that all the things that I have shown in this video are clear to you. We will be seeing a lot of videos on Spark, and I will be showing you the proper way to learn Spark in both Scala and Python in this tutorial series. Do follow it with me. Besides that, if you have any problems in installation of Spark on your local system, so let me know, and also any of the part of the video that you didn't understood, so let me know in the comment section below. I will try to reply to them. Till then, if you like my work, please do hit the like, share and subscribe button.